when she gets no respect. Don't join that bandwagon. She writes, Christ is waiting with longing desire for the manifestation of himself in his people. When the character of Christ shall be perfectly reflected or represented in them, then he will come, not when every Muslim has been baptized. I am talking about perspective. The perspective, the context of evangelism must be the great controversy. God's name has some mud on it. Jesus wiped off some. It is up to us to wipe off the rest by committing ourselves to living a Christ-like life. But if we don't believe that victory over sin is possible, as some of us don't, we can never contribute to the great controversy on God's side. If we don't know whether Christ had a human nature or not, if we don't know whether the atonement finished at a cross or not, if we don't know these things, how can the character of God be revealed in us? Because God's character is associated with truth. God, according to Romans 2:24, the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles, because of whom? You, God's people. No unbeliever can give God a bad name because he does not claim to have a relationship with God. Those of us who make that claim, we give God a bad name. And so to take the onus off ourselves, we try to make others perfect. So we want to baptize every Muslim. We want to baptize every Hindu. We want to baptize every person who's not Adventist. You know, we have sociologists in our church, we have biostatisticians, we have everyone who can develop instruments to measure the benefits of drinking soy milk, and the benefits of eating almonds, and the benefits of riding a bicycle and swimming. We need someone to develop an instrument to determine who is converted in the church. The results may be embarrassing. Yes, there are 13 million members, I understand that, but how many are converted? 3 minutes and 8 seconds. My brothers and my sisters, we need to understand that God's problem is not the Buddhist. His problem is not the Muslim. He knows how to reach them when his people are ready to receive them. Jesus said in Matthew 23, verse 15, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is come, ye make him twice the child of hell as yourselves." God knows that if many people came to this church, we would make them like we are, because organizations produce after their kind. And so God is waiting. There are thousands that God is holding back, and no evangelistic expert can win them if God is holding them back. You want to see evangelistic success? Let's get our lives right with Christ. God knows how to convert people. There's nothing to stop God from giving a vision to some tribal leader in the jungle somewhere and telling him, look, today is the Sabbath, keep it. Can we stop God from doing that? God used an ass to talk to Balaam. But no one can tell God how to reach Adventists. And my subject is, tell God, tell him now, how do I reach my church? Listen to me. Not because it's just me, but I'm coming from the Word of God. God needs a people in these last days in whose life his character is perfectly reflected. Not 99%. God does not lower his standards to incorporate our creative recommendations. Are you understanding me? Tell God. Tell him now. Tell him what? How do I wake my church up and get them to understand that I am waiting for them, not the Buddhists? God's program is always held up, frustrated and delayed, retarded by his people. My brothers, my sisters, you and I must make individual commitments tonight. By the grace of God, I offer myself to God, that in my life, the character of God may be seen.